how do we deal with teens? Do you have any recommendations and or du'as for a struggling single mom of two teen girls? Yeah, let me make it easy for you, sister.
I mean, so again, because the my I guess life's work is with with trying to promote emotional intelligence, promote empathy. This is one of the tools that every parent should have. You should teach. You first learn it really well, temperament. Teach it to your daughters. If you're struggling with your daughters, likely it's because we don't have the language to interpret behavior. So we need tools. This is one of those tools, right? The other thing that girls really need to do a deep dive in is understanding the impact of hormone on behavior and mood. And if the whole family is more well read on, especially if they're adolescents, that phase and just all the different things that are happening, I feel like it'll give validation to the young girls. They don't have to over explain themselves when they kind of maybe snap a little bit or are snippy or just don't want to, participate in a family event. People aren't going to take that hopefully personally because they'll realize, okay, they may actually be going through something right now because, hello, this is a pretty serious life phase that they're in. So it just promotes, I think, more empathy. So if, as a parent, as a mom, I'm sure you may have had discussions about certain things, but I think it would be nice to maybe prepare some literature, look at some reading together, do some, deep dive studies together, maybe even classes you can look into exploring with your daughters where you're all learning together and you're really trying to create a culture of empathy and understanding. And that should, I think, provide a lot of healing because it gives you language and it gives them language to just be able to understand one another more. Now I'll make it easy.
I mean, and Usada, this is something that you actually mentioned in Texas. I don't remember like the specific moment, but
Mhm.
I was part of a story that you shared about yourself and about you being in high school. And then you mentioned something that stuck with me because I also am a girl mom, and
Mhm.
you said that if you are not able to, for any reason, whether your relationship is just needs healing, it's a bit damaged at the moment, or you're not well, for whatever reason, if you are not able to facilitate something for your girls, like just have that, even having that simple conversation or researching something, outsource it. Find people in your community.
Absolutely.
Inshallah, Allah will connect you with them. There are people who are willing to help. And in fact, it is our obligation as community members to be there for each other. But you have to take the first step. So you were the one actually who mentioned something along those lines. And I just, subhanAllah, I never remember anything. So this is great.
No,
Alhamdulillah.
Jazakallah khair for mentioning that because it's actually an important reminder that, yeah, there's sometimes we're going to have to call on our friends or other adult mentors that we can ask to just, take over a little bit. And that's what, raising the village kind of is, right? That raising children requires a village. And so sometimes we do need to call on those reinforcements in the form of our friends and other people, leaders who can maybe talk through certain difficult issues with our teens because the natural disposition of teenagers, and this is where every parent really needs to kind of just remember it's not personal. The natural disposition of a teenager is to separate from their parents in order to forge their own identity. So, what you think is rebellion is not rebellion. They're not trying to be disrespectful and because they don't listen to everything you say. They're not, it's just they want to be their own person. And if you're always dictating to them and telling them what to do and advising them, it may just get too much for them because it's like, I don't know who I am. Everything I do is what my mom and dad tell me. So what happens is they may push back a little bit, and then that causes a real big communication rift between teens and parents. And the parents, like, they throw their hands in the air, I don't know what to do, and the teenagers just upset. But once you realize I need to, when I see those cues from my teen where they don't want to talk to me as much and they're kind of separating a little bit, it's not personal. What I'm going to do, because I'm still a caring, loving parent, is like by proxy, I'm going to parent by calling on a reinforcement that I entrust with my child to say, hey, can you have a conversation with my kid? Just figure out what's going on there. And then hopefully working as, collaboratively you'll be able to come up with some solutions, but not to just become emotional. And this is where, again, temperament theory is helpful, because it helps you to stay in the rational state, right? The rational mind is, for the believer, this is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us. We're supposed to be using our quwwat al-aqliya, the rational mind, in all of our choices and decisions, but we can be overridden by the emotional, the quwwat al-ghadabiyya and the shahwaniyya, the quwwat al-shahwaniyya, the appetitive soul, the appetitive part of our nature, and the emotional part of our nature can override the rational faculty. And so when you have a parent that's triggered or angry or personalizes their teen's behavior, they're not acting in a rational state of mind, which is necessary for parents, right? We have to be leaders and teachers. So once you study all of these things, it kind of, again, brings you back to just snap out of your own, emotional state and say, I need to do what's best for my teen. And like you said, that may require me stepping out of the way a little bit and letting another adult come in and helping.